also want to welcome our other keynote speaker tonight and just say a quick word about the issue of privacy. You know, it's a remarkable thing in Washington to find something that just about everybody outside of government can agree on, and that's the need to protect privacy. In 2008, EPIC worked with a libertarian candidate, Ron Paul. We worked with a consumer candidate, Ralph Nader, in support of a presidential privacy plank. I'm very pleased to welcome now former Governor Gary Johnson, the 2012 Libertarian candidate for president.
Well, I'm heartened by the fact that what encryption can provide, which is a firewall against the government, and if everybody does it individually, it would become impossible. So there's really, in my opinion, light at the end of the tunnel. Look, I'm trying to provide a voice here to the outrage that I feel, and I think probably everybody else in this room feels, about the eavesdropping monitoring that's going on. 125 billion cell phone conversations a month. Merkel talks about being, being monitored. Well, I think it's terrific, the awareness that goes along with that. The fact that NSA monitored 70 million phone calls last month in France, or at least one of the months Snowden pointed out. I think Snowden's a hero for pointing all this out. And of course, what he pointed out was just the scope. I mean, we're not naive. You know, you have to think that some of this is going on, and none of it's acceptable, but you have to think that some of it's going on. But that the scope is this deep and broad, it's just, it's really frustrating. And what's really frustrating to me is that there's really not a hot button issue that everybody can relate to. You have to have encountered the following, and that is that you're talking about the broad scope of surveillance, of monitoring, and people joke about it. Well, if the NSA wants to listen to my phone conversation, let them listen, because I don't say anything, I don't do anything wrong. Well, historically, it doesn't end up this way. Historically, you've got somebody monitoring this information. That who's to say what they do with this information, and what becomes of you as a result of this information that's being garnered. And I'm pointing out the obvious. From the Snowden revelations, for me, I thought something that maybe everybody could relate to, and I wasn't aware of it, is that your cell phone turned off is a listening device for the government turned off, and it's also a locating device, a GPS, a locating device turned off. And so I'll tell you, in my time as governor and running for president of the United States, I was the voice, I think I was the only voice out there that was saying, I don't want government to fix anything when it comes to the internet. And I certainly don't want the government involved in this scale of broad-based surveillance that historically, you do have to go back to Germany, pre-World War II, and the monetary collapse that happened in Germany, and the rise of power of Hitler, and the information gathering. I mean, I hate to bring those analogies up, but they exist, and that's where all of this ultimately goes. And I appreciate all your efforts, and this is educational for me also, because thinking about encryption and thinking about individual encryption, I was thinking that this, in fact, was a way to thwart this kind of whole thing. And it also presents some entrepreneurial opportunities that I'm sure a lot of you are engaged in, is to be able to provide this to individuals. So I applaud all of you. I applaud all of you for what you're doing and your awareness on this issue. And let's raise that level of consciousness so we really do bring about meaningful change. And the meaningful change is really bringing this country to what it's supposed to be about, which is equal opportunity. Not protecting wealth, but creating equal opportunity. And equal opportunity is not entitlement, it's what it is. It's equal opportunity. So,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you, Governor. I'd like to say just one last thing. Tomorrow's a very important day. It's the 12th anniversary of the passage of the Patriot Act. A group of people gathering on the Mall in Washington, D.C. to make clear that they oppose that and they want to see some change.
Union Station.
12 o'clock, right?
Yeah, not the mall.
12 o'clock, Union Station. I know you all are going to be there, but what you need to do tonight is call your friends in D.C. and ask them to come also. And for the people who can't be in D.C., you need to blog, you need to tweet, you need to tell people about what's going to happen tomorrow in this nation's capital. Because now is the moment that we have the opportunity to make some real change. Senator Leahy, Congressman Sensenbrenner on Tuesday will be introducing the USA Freedom Act. And that will end the bulk collection of telephone records by the NSA. They're going to need your support. They're going to need support of people all across the country. That starts here. That starts tonight. That starts now.